Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. More Fire Emblem and such things. Last time, there was some audio clipping with my microphone. Hopefully that's fixed. I believe it to be fixed, but apparently my mic audio in Windows got reset by something. I don't know what it is. I don't think it was Windows because I haven't updated, or at least done a big update for a while. So I don't think it was Windows, but my mic reset, so its volume was way higher than it should have been. Hopefully it's okay now. I will check more thoroughly after this recording, because sometimes when I'm recording, because I'm fucking tired, I lean forward a bit. I get the gamer posture going, you know? The good old C shape. Anyway, it should be fine now. If I have to adjust anything, I will do so in post and also for next time, because I will be aware that things need to change.
Well...
I also don't remember what... If I had a plan, I don't remember what it was. So I apologize. We'll figure it out though, don't worry, we're smart like that.
It's always so peaceful coming back here. But it's hard to relax knowing we have to go out on another expedition again so soon. And now we're headed to the kingdom? That sounds hard. Oh, really hard, don't you think?
Nah, it'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Of course you'd say that. Why'd I even ask?
It's a good question. Why did she ask? I'm pretty sure we're gonna spend our points mostly on eating.
Maybe.
If I don't get what I want from these fucking seeds, which I didn't, we're just gonna plant flowers. I'm tired of these root vegetables not growing the root vegetables that I want, so we're just gonna fucking grow flowers that I can give to people. Because at least those are more useful.
Hi there.
I shouldn't say that because the stuff that you grow can be used to cook meals, although I haven't been cooking meals.
Professor.
I feel like the early game, the meals are great. Don't get me wrong. Those stat bonuses early game are pretty good because your stats are generally low. But without like the super high tier food, all you're getting is like 1 or 2 bonus points. And, you know, when some of my characters have a total that looks like this, I mean, I'm way higher than others, but, you know, I'm not alone on having particularly high stats. When I have characters that look like this, I don't know that that's very good time spent value.
The fish in this pond get fed
Because it takes a
every day,
point.
so they're swimming all lazy and serene. But the only reason they're kept here is so that they can one day be used for food. But the fish don't know that, so they just swim around happily. It's a bit of a miserable thought. But aren't soldiers much the same?
You do you, soldier lady, but, you know, I wouldn't say that. Perhaps it is just me that wouldn't say that, but I wouldn't say that.
Professor?
Hello.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Ferdiad is a city with a long history that goes back to before Fargus gained its independence. I'd like to visit that place at least once before I die, but I'm afraid I have my own work to attend to. It's hard being so dedicated. Ah well, I'll go there for some leisurely sightseeing once Fodlan knows peace.
What prompts him to just start talking about things after he says nothing to report?
If you manage to take back Ferdiad, it'll make it a bit easier for us to do business. Taxes in the Fargus dukedom are ridiculously high. Makes it hard to even think about trading. That Cornelia woman. What does she use that ample tax money for anyway? From
Military.
the Empire's perspective, I suppose it makes sense to squeeze the former kingdom territories for all they're worth. But if they throw those territories into total ruin, doesn't that defeat the purpose of conquering them?
It does. He is indeed correct, actually.
Right.
Unless they're going for the salted earth approach, but I don't believe that's what they're doing, because otherwise this monastery wouldn't still exist. I don't think I didn't really look at inventory or anything, but I don't think we need to swap anything out. Oh wait, no, Ingrid broke her lance. We could just go ahead and fix it, because I'm fucking lazy.
Hey there. Is this it? Is this... There you go.
There you go. She should be the only one that needs a necessary repair, but apparently I do need to clean out my inventory here. Gilbert's using a lot of
Come back anytime.
durability on his weapon. Alright, let's clean out our inventory real quick, because apparently we've got a lot of it. And then probably at the end of this month or next month, we're going to have to deal with people's items because they're going to have quite a lot of wear on them. Probably before the end of the month, I'll have to do that. Also got supports to look at, all that jazz. We should, since we're already down here, I know I can do it from the menu, but since we're already
What
down
do you
here,
require?
might as well do that.
Farewell.
I'm glad those are so cheap to replenish, but it's also strange.
Hello.
And there's a party going on up here. Hello, why are there so many of you?
I agree that we should head for Ferdiad, but let's not forget our search for Lady Rhea. The soldiers from the church are going to set up a base at the Great Bridge of Murden. They'll be able to keep up the search while we head for the kingdom capital.
Look at this planning. Proper planning that happened.
The kingdom capital. It's been way too long since I was there last. Oh, Professor, I didn't mean... it's not that I'm looking forward to it or anything. Please don't tease me like that. It's just, when I think of us finally saving everyone in Ferdiad, it makes me a little happy. Okay, maybe a lot happy. The kingdom capital is under the tight control of Cornelia, who was ennobled by the Empire. Judging by what we heard from Lord Rodrigue, it sounds like she's a tyrant. But all of that ends soon. Let's get there quickly.
Ennobled. That's a new word.
Say,
I kind of like
until a few
it, but
decades
it's also
ago,
new.
Ferdiad was a disorderly city. Even the water supply was poorly constructed. As such, it was a hotbed of sickness and disease. The late king hired a researcher named Cornelia, who advised that he give top priority to improving the city's infrastructure. In the space of just a few years, the city was transformed into a place of beauty and order. At the same time, the diseases that had plagued our land loosened their grip, one after another. It was miraculous.
So what happened to Cornelia that she's no longer this positive influence? Perhaps Cornelia herself is actually gone, much like the other people. Well, Bernie and Gilbert are the only ones that don't have at least some motivation. Don't think those two are going to have a meal that they both like. Unfortunately, they have rather disparate tastes. But we should probably fill up everyone, so let's get Mercedes and Bernie, why not? I know I could do this with gifts and other various items, but this also gives us XP, which is nice. I may end up fishing. Nothing else with the little up arrow bonus thing. Still not entirely sure what the up arrow bonus thing does, but... Gilbert and Sylvain. Those two would make a great pair. He says.
This is my favorite.
Yeah, you just get it.
We're probably gonna unlock a couple more support scenes as well. Dorothea and Felix are the only ones left. Again, I don't think there's gonna be anything that those two like. So we're probably gonna have to take something that one likes and the other one is okay with. Never mind, they apparently both like meat pie. Today we've learned. What a good learning. Alright. 3,300 XP. I think we might be able to do that with fishing. I probably have a lot of bait because I haven't been using any. That is a lot of XP to get from fishing though.
I've come to deliver vegetables we harvested in the village to the monastery's dining hall.
It's right there.
Because of the season, I couldn't really pick that much. But I wanted to help you guys out, even just a little bit. We're busily planting seeds, so when things start to grow, I'll be back.
We appreciate it, dude. Look at him. What a good guy. A lot of people are probably going to be upstairs again, aren't they?
Hello there.
I don't like the number of knights that we're having to
After
talk
that
to,
great battle
because it's
earlier,
kind of
the
fillery.
balance of power in Fodlan has shifted greatly. To get revenge for all our fallen friends, we'll have to stake our lives on the fight that lies before us.
I don't have to talk to them, I should specify that. I don't gain anything from talking to them, but there is the chance that one of them will say something of interest, like the knight that was down here by Mercedes and Annette said something that was actually pretty neat. More often than not, they
I feel
don't,
like I can just
but there's a
forget all the
chance.
awful stuff he's done. But if His Highness is owning up to his past and trying to move forward, I figure I can give him that chance. We've been friends since we were kids. I'm gonna be there for him all the way to the end.
Fair enough. Look at Dimitri, not standing over there grumbling.
I really caused trouble for you, didn't I? I am so sorry, truly. I am also eternally grateful to you. Now, it's time to go to the kingdom capital. I hope that you will lend me your strength once again.
Nope. I'm actually done. I'm just gonna go to bed. Alright, he can teach now.
Now,
He only teaches Lance. What the fuck, dude? Oh, that's right. We have so many supports because Dimitri. Everyone wants to talk to Dimitri. I forgot about that. We'll do supports probably towards the end of the month
I
again.
believe we managed to win against
Kind of
numbers
like doing it like that.
Oh, unless the real me is lying dead in Gronder and this is all just a happy dream.
You're supposed to pinch him. Me.
We buried Lord Rodrigue's body ourselves. There wasn't time to do things properly. It pains me that I was unable to take him home to his territory. Once this war is over, I'd like to hold a proper funeral for him. For now, we need to focus on taking back Ferdiad. All will be well eventually. I know we can win.
What if we don't, though? I was hoping there was a interactable grave for him, but there's not. It's still just Geralt. It's his own mark. Well, it's not his own grave because he's sharing it. Theoretically sharing it. I don't actually know that there's a body in there. It's just, you know, she's supposed to be in there.
I was born and raised in Fargus, but I've never actually been to Ferdiad. Do you think it'll still be cold at this time of year? I can't even imagine.
We should probably prepare. We could also ask someone. Maybe we should ask.
Good point. I'll check with His Highness.
It would make the most sense. It's the 5th month,
Hey, you.
so I highly doubt that it's still cold, but I don't know. I don't know where this continent is placed on the world. Watch this be Dimitri. No, it's actually Felix. After the war, we'll have far fewer opportunities to fight. When that day comes, what should I do? Become the best in all of Fodlan. Sure. How will he do that? Who knows? Let us do some choir. With, I guess, these two again. Since they're still the ones that need to learn. Or benefit from learning, I should say.
Singing is so much fun. Everyone should enjoy themselves while they're doing.
I like that they sparkle while they sing. 3130. I really don't want to fish for that much, because fish gives so little XP. Yes, it's
Standing
more or
face to
less
face
endless,
with those whom I
but
went to school with. On the field of battle.
it'd be like 45 minutes of
How inhuman war
fishing.
is. How horrifying. My heart feels shattered. It is my hope that this war marks the end of such foolish behavior.
There will always be war, for better or worse. Let's go check up on our statues, see if we have enough points to actually do anything here.
Need something?
We have 1900. We could get that reason +2,
This one?
which is probably the better use. Then we need
You're all
1400?
set.
Yeah. To get that extra EXP. Authority and bow are really the only bonuses that are immediately useful. Axe,
You
we
again
have
soon.
someone that uses axes. Technically uses axes. But it's fucking Seth. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, his unique weapon is a spear. That he just doesn't, sorry, a lance, that he just doesn't have the skill to use. He almost does. So he's not gonna stay on axes, he's gonna go
So many people
lances with
died in the
everyone
battle
else.
at Gronder. And here we are, preparing for the next battle as if nothing happened the day before. It's almost easier to think about war as theater, with the stage an entire continent.
I don't really like this line, but I'm going to say it.
Something like that. If an accident happens on stage, the next day's performance must be unaffected. Everyone just pretends like everything is fine, focusing on their role in the play.
We are indeed pretending, she's not wrong. One of these days I'll get something other than good in that training. That's just a sword fight, isn't it? I don't remember. We got Sedith and Gilbert. Gilbert has a quest, apparently. I think it's just sword. Either way, I don't really feel like doing it, so we're not going to. Although perhaps I should, because I have points to spare, but... Wait. He's not in his room, he's gotta be up here, right? Yeah. Keep forgetting I can actually zoom that map out all the way.
It seems we're
Wish there was
headed
an
for the
in-between,
Kingdom
but-
capital this month. The Church of Seros stands ready to lend its aid to you and Dimitri. It may be a roundabout route, but I believe this path will still eventually take us to Rhea. Besides, saving the people of Fargus is just what she would want us to do.
Always what she wants. Alright, we can just teleport to Gilbert over here. My boy hello. You're not.
Edelgard,
I
Claude,
keep reading they're not marked on the
His
map.
Highness, all the house leaders from way back when, assembled again at Gronder. I wonder what their thoughts were as they headed out to the battlefield.
Sadness, probably. Mostly.
My gratitude. I am very grateful to you. I could never have achieved this on my own. This is all thanks to you and Lord Rodrigue.
Look at that smile.
This month, we will invade
It's gone.
Ferdiad by way of the Fraldarius domain. Leave the negotiations with House Fraldarius to me. You make ready for the actual battle. It's a tricky business, but we are taking our first steps forward.
Quest.
I have a request.
Find some flowers, give them to Gilbert as a gift. What kind of flowers? Probably check the quest. But first, training. Never mind, no training. I could be teaching myself, it's not the right button. What am I on about? Teach myself writing. Floral tribute. Any flowers. The most beautiful flowers you can find. Is there a mark on the map? Shit down here is glowing. So we'll see if it's a specific item I have to pick up. It's out here.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
Gladiolus. Used as offering for those who died in war, the flowers are colorful, but the leaves are sharp as blades. That sounds like a rather dangerous plant to be gifting to someone, but he is a military dude, he'll be alright. Look, dude, don't cut yourself on the plant.
This month, we will leave the Is it tricky bit?
Thanks. Here it is.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Got some cavalry. Are they any good? Who knows? Let's find out. Italian. So let's compare the two. These are garbage. Well, they're probably fine for a heavy armored fellow. But I think I'd rather, if possible, give Gilbert either these dudes, because they're very good. They don't have the avoid penalty, or these guys, which aren't quite as good, but they're also not an A requirement. But preferably these guys, because they're very good stat-wise, and that ability over there, Retribution, is pretty darn good. Anyway, those are bad. I don't like those. Terrible. We've got some points to spend. We still have to talk to Felix as well. But we do have points to spend. I didn't learn from Annie, so let's go do that. That gives me 2. I could do the tournament. Don't necessarily want to do the tournament. That lag while it loads. Didn't even have her picture. Ooh. Hey, C+.
This experience is critical.
I have to sound so excited about that. You know what? Let's learn some writing. I'll try to teach a lot of people writing. It's probably beneficial if I myself get taught how to write. Because I am only a D+, that's not very good. We still have one more. Not sure. We could cook. We could have Felix teach us swordsmanship. We don't really need that though. Could you have been a little bit closer? I know this is your room, but...
He'll need to excel as a leader if he's to make up for my old man's death. Though if my father could see Dimitri now, he'd be glad to have made the sacrifice. Don't you dare tell anyone I said that.
Time to go tell everyone. We really don't need swordsmen. Sword play. Let's go to Sylvain. Hello, my boy.
I don't feel, but if it's I figure we've been friends.
You can teach me writing? Yeah. Dexterity +4.
There is still more to learn.
Which is pretty good. Alright, that's all my points. That's all the stuff I think I'm going to do. Talk to everyone. Okay. I don't think I'm going to fish. Even though I arguably probably should fish. We will not. We'll do it next time. Next time we have an exploration, we'll go ahead and fish. That should definitely hit A+. Because we'll also have all the points to spend on probably eating. We're probably going to do it next weekend. The weekend after this one. Because there's just fishing there. Actually, I don't know what we're doing. Probably check the calendar again. But either way, we instruct. And we do so for who? Let's start at the bottom. What did he need? He needed writing? Just writing. It's actually pretty close to being able to do this. He's not going to get it off of this week's training, unfortunately. I don't have quite that much. You I would like you to continue getting this so that you can join the ranks of Grimory. I have an armada of Grimories for my military. It'll be perfect. Good God, Flame, calm down. I want you to learn Lance.
That was...
He also does need to learn Axe, even though I'm not going to have him on Axe because this particular class. Although I could keep him on Axe and just have that Lance skill taught up enough for his special weapon. But otherwise just keep him on Axe. Because this is an Axe class, it has Axe Fair. As you can see down here. So he should probably use that as his general weapon. Dorothea, you desperately need more authority, so we're just gonna do that. I also feel like I need to sneeze. Always with the sneezing. Bernie needs writing. Ingrid needs nothing. I mean, technically we know what she needs, but... You get quite a lot of support points when you're teaching, I've noticed. Good writing on Ash. Ash is very, very close.
This will be you.
This will, by the way. He's very close to being able to do the mounted archer, which is nice. We're gonna leave Dimitri on Great Lord. I'm pretty sure. What would he even be down there, like a Great Knight or something? He basically has masterclass level stats, so we really don't need to worry about him. Felix needs reason. I only have one more point, so let me think here. No one is close enough to any one thing in particular, so we're going to give you writing. That was terrible, but that's okay. Because she tried, you know? Don't need to change the group task, no, that's fine. Begin the week.
Professor,
Hello.
may I ask you a question?
No. Desperately want to travel to some of the places my mother and I had spent time in, but I'm not really allowed to leave the monastery walls. Paint a picture?
I see.
Just paint a picture, forehead. It's a birthday. Who is it? Annette's. Let's host a tea party with Annette. Give her some...
Hello there. I'm here for a visit.
Hello.
Thank you.
I invited you, but I suppose you are still technically here for a visit.
So good.
Alright. Ideal relationship, hopes for your future. Let's try future. Yeah, there you go. Pog.
Okay.
You seem well. You're doing great work. Probably one of these two. This one. She's very fond of that. There you go.
Okay.
The library's collection, Dimitri. We're gonna go library, but I'm curious about Dimitri. I wonder
There's
if that
an
would have
equation
worked.
I've been thinking about. Can you help me with it later?
Equations. Fucking math. Nah. I hate the last one. The last one is annoying because it's just generic responses and I'm never really sure what it wants. I can't do anything because she's animating. Hold on.
Okay.
I would like to... There you go. Tell me something. I don't know how this camera works.
Into a sweet treat. I try to take good care of myself so that I'm in top form when it's time to act.
I don't understand the point, really, of this part of the game.
Professor, are you sure? Professor. Got it.
Like, I don't understand. I don't understand the purpose.
It's so good.
Either way, she really likes that tea. So I got the perfect tea, I got the perfect tea time.
Thanks for the treat. It was so yummy.
What was that camera zoom on her neck for some reason? Extra charm, let's go. So we do have a special fight.
Okay, I think we can...
We did it!
Hey, they got it good. Good enough. Any levels? Ooh, authority, and that was literally it. But Dimitri's stuff is close. I didn't realize that's what he was set to, but I guess it doesn't really matter what he's set to. Dimitri's close, Mercedes is close. That's basically it. Feels bad. Do I want to do this battle? Probably. The internet is split on this. If I do a seminar, we can get some more teaching next week. And then on the 17th we explore again. We get more teaching on the 18th week. The 3rd week. And then on the 24th we could do a battle. Again, we're not lacking for levels. I do wish I could see the recommended level of the main quest right now without having to click on it, but we're not lacking for levels. Our lowest levels are probably mages and they're hardly weak. Oh, we got a few people. 35. Flame doesn't really count because she's never in actual combat. 35 and 36 are our levels. I don't think we're lacking for levels. So let's do a seminar. And what do people want to learn? He can teach spear and authority. Nobody gains anything from spear. Same with this. I think I just teach again. We really don't gain anything from the sword, though. Let's do me just because... Well, no. No. We'll do Dimitri. I was gonna say just because Dimitri has Annie and she already has some motivation, but it only gives 50, and she only has 50, so it'll max her out, which will be nice. The man's back. He's here to teach.
There is still more to learn.
It's just gonna be a bunch of people learning Lance, which we're not gonna use, but...
I'm starting to get it. I'm getting the hang of it.
There you go. Mostly just here for the authority XP. The downside of him teaching is I'm in the class, so we'll just have it auto. Yes? No? No. and my motivation doesn't matter for anything, so it's one less effective slot. But we're going to instruct all of the people that have max morale, and probably nothing else. You, authority. Yay, B+. Although I don't think I'm going to change his soldiers, so his battalions. What do I teach you? Reason? Reason. Mixing up his reason and his authority, in case you haven't noticed that yet. You, authority. There's nothing else of any real value for him to learn anyway.
Wow. I thought... Alright. I thought...
2 perfects. Og check. Her reason is almost A+. We'll give it a tap. There you go. That way we make sure, we confirm that it's going to level up at the end of the week, basically. Didn't I bring Annette to the thing? I thought she had motivation. Maybe she didn't. And I was mistaken. Authority. Getting people to A authority is a pretty nice bonus, because the battalions that require A in authority are extremely powerful. I don't know why they're so strong, but by God, they're strong. So the more people we have with that, the better. Of course, some people I don't think I have any time to get them to A+. I think the only people we could get there that have any benefit are probably Sylvain and Ingrid. Annette's close. I don't know that she necessarily needs it. Sedith could probably gain from it as well. But it's really these two, Sylvain and Ingrid. Gilbert would be great, because he could have those knights with the retaliation. But he's so far away. Any questions this week? Nope. No events this week at all, in fact. What a casual week.
We did it!
Good job. You got it good again. So Dimitri got cavalry, which means nothing. Mercedes got A+. Ingrid, no. Feels
I'll
bad.
do my best with this. It's starting to feel like a part of me.
I don't actually think Mercedes learned anything with that. If she did, I don't know. Alright, I'm pretty sure this is an explore week. Yep. 34% rest. I explore. I actually don't know how valuable resting is. Does it fill your motivation? I haven't rested this entire game, so I haven't actually looked into it, but does it fill your whole motivation? Does it, you know, restore everyone's hero relic? That sort of thing.
Ah, meals always taste best when it is a company of 3 or more at the table.
Do you not enjoy eating when it's just the 2 of us? You wound me, Flame.
There you go. I just wanted to show this dialogue, because this is the only pairing when you eat that I actually know has unique dialogue. We're probably going to have a decent chunk of support things to watch at the end.
Ooh, this is my favorite. You've got great taste.
This looks
Let's eat. Let's down thousands of calories. Woo! I might end up splitting out, depending on how many there are, I might end up splitting out the support stuff into another video, but I will do it before the end of this month, but I might end up splitting it like that. Just if it's like an hour of support things. I don't want to sit here for an hour in the middle of this video.
I am happy to accept your invitation, but...
Well, to tell you the truth, I'm at a loss as to what I should talk about.
Perhaps the food. Could, Felix's... I forgot his name already. Could Felix's dad eat with us? Because if he could, that would have been a unique dialogue too. But I don't recall him being able to. He was on his own.
That looks at.
Which is unfortunate. We're very close to A+, which unlocks a few extra things for us. Not that we can immediately do them because we don't have the resources, but... Who's left after this? Dimitri and Ingrid. We're back to an even number because Dimitri stopped walking around, which is good.
Yeah, you just get.
Why do they have to announce that they'd like something every time we sit down to eat? Alright, Ingrid and Dimitri are not going to overlap at all, except for things that I cannot make, apparently, because I don't have any Noah fruit. Feels bad. Was there something? Yeah, she's okay with this. That's good enough.
I think.
Oh.
Probably should have skipped over that because that was his first meal, but I did. So, got a few more points to spend. We're probably going to do it on the same training that we keep getting basically every time. So Sedith, Gilbert, and then I think we have one extra. Yeah. Sedith, Gilbert, and someone. Annie, probably.
It seems it may be. Besides.
Teach me better. God damn it. I'm out here trying to learn so I can become an effective teacher. And you can't tell me how to authority.
Leave the negotiations a tricky.
I'd like a refund. Where's Annie? Annie's down here, right? Yeah. Yeah. Time for it to lag a lot while it loads stuff in. It's nice that it streams some of the loading instead of doing it all on a load screen. Or reason. Thanks. Okay, how much support do we have to do? Gilbert wants to talk to us, so I have to do that real quick. It's basically everyone and Dimitri. And then me and Gilbert, yeah. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can do that in the middle of this video without taking too long. Gilbert's over here.
Professor?
And then once I'm done with the support stuff, I will pause the video to do some fishing. It's big fishing day. And that should allow us to hit A+, and we'll see if we can get any of those named weapons going. That also should be the final professor level. Well, having said that, I don't actually know if there's more levels after A+. But considering how long it took to get to A+, I don't think it matters. Because the game will end before we hit anything else. Anyway, hello Gilbert.
Even this town, which was a ruin, has begun to recover its energy. However, acquiring supplies is still difficult. The people living here are struggling too. This conflict must be brought to an end soon. Yes, let us seize victory together and build a new, more peaceful world. Still, I wonder what path my life should follow once we achieve our goals. This has been my intent. However, I sometimes find myself thinking differently. I wonder if it is time for my role here to end. Our peaceful future would hardly benefit from a war-hardened relic such as myself.
I wonder if I should ask my wife to join me here, to live out our days together at the monastery. That would not be so bad a choice either. Perhaps it is the fault of last night's drink that I am indulging in such dreams of the future today. Yes, I've learned there is strength in focusing clearly on tomorrow and allowing yesterday to be done.
Hey, it's the old fishing guy. Hi there.
A short
Old
time
fishing
ago, I
guy.
instructed these children in the art of fishing.
Thanks to you, we caught a really, really big fish in the river nearby.
Is that right? Be sure you share it with your families now.
We will.
I did say something about that once, didn't I? I even told you to forget you ever saw me smile. But now, I would not ask that of you. Your words from when last we spoke have stayed with me. They bring to mind the king I first served. He told me not to dwell upon the dead. The dead are dead, and those who live are not bound by them. I intend to live my own life from now on. You have a fine smile as well. One that I could never have imagined when we first met. No matter how our titles or positions change, I hope you will always remain yourself, Professor.
I quite like Gilbert. It's a good dude. Alright. Oh, spied an item. It's poultry. The greatest of items, that's the wrong menu. There we go. Alright, time for the rest of these supports, which I'm just gonna go down Dimitri's line here. We're also gonna be relatively quiet about it, because
I have a
stuff.
question for you. Answer quickly before my hand slips and I cut you in half.
Always so ominous. Well, what is it, Felix?
Sometimes you have an animal's face, contorted with anger and bloodlust. At other times, a man's with a friendly smile. Which is your true face?
Do not waste your breath on questions with such obvious answers. They are both the real me. My father, my friends, Glenn, they all meant a great deal to me. And they were all brutally slaughtered. I alone survived. If I do not shoulder the anguish and regret they must have felt, who will?
So that's how you justify your atrocities.
What do you mean?
I will fulfill my duty to the late king. My old man used to say that over and over like a mantra. How nauseating. No one seems to understand. The dead won't acknowledge your loyalty. They don't care. What a load of bunk it is, pretending to serve a corpse. You're serving your own ego.
You are wrong.
No, I'm not. The dead are dead. The living are living. You have to respect that boundary. If you keep stringing gravestones around your neck, you'll snap.
Even still, I cannot forget them, nor can I let them go.
Then keep those thoughts to yourself. If you're too weak to do that, abandon your throne. Become a gravekeeper.
Felix.
I'm not immune to emotion, you know. Far from it. I haven't gone a day without questioning why my father and brother had to die, while I survived. I'll bear this pain until the day I die, but I refuse to wallow in it. I have more important things to do than blubber for my whole life.
You know, Felix, you really are growing more and more like your brother. Always so sarcastic and constantly looking for a fight. But deep inside, more than anyone, you...
What are you getting at?
Oh, it's nothing. But allow me to thank you. Your perspective has opened my eyes.
Not my intention. I couldn't stand the pathetic look on your face, that's all.
I see. If you say so, then we will leave it at that.
Never willing to show his true emotions. There we go. Menu. Oh, I guess we're doing that one first. Menus are
Your
hard.
Highness, I have one more favor to ask.
Is this about Gustav again? I have plenty more stories about him, but perhaps it is time for you to speak with him yourself.
Oh, it's not about Father this time. This time I wanted to ask about you.
About me?
I mean, I heard all about Father last time, but I didn't ask about you.
Ah, well, I'm afraid there is not much of interest for me to tell you.
Oh, it doesn't have to be funny or interesting. That's not why I'm asking. It's just that I thought I already knew you, but I'm not sure I really do. That day when we were reunited at the monastery, I didn't know what to say to you. So I wanted to prepare some of your favorite food. I thought maybe if you ate something that you liked, you'd cheer up a little. But when I got to the kitchen, I realized I didn't even know what you like to eat.
I see. Well, it's a little hard to say what my favorite is. I just don't really have any strong feelings about food. That said, you're pretty keen on sweet things, right, Annette?
Yes, that's right. I'm at my happiest when I'm digging into a sweet treat. Oh, did you know there's a famous sweets shop in the capital?
Yes. It often had long lines outside, didn't it? The castle guards often spoke of it.
The sweets were so good. They cost a fortune, but I loved them. When Father was still around, we all lived as a family in the capital. Since then, I've had them only a few times. How I'd love to taste them again.
Say, Annette, when this war is over, where will you go? I heard that you were close to Baron Dominic back in the academy days.
That's right. But that's not where I think I'd like to go when all of this is over. I reconnected with Father, so I'd like to live with my family again, in the capital. Also, if I'm in the capital, I'll be able to see you from time to time, right?
Ah, that settles it then. We'll have to get your father working twice as hard.
Father's at a ripe old age now. I'd appreciate it if you didn't work him too hard.
Oh, of course. I will keep that in mind. You've been spending a lot of time at the training ground, Mercedes. As far as swordsmanship goes, you're like a whole new person.
Thank you. I have such a great time when you teach me that improving comes naturally.
It's all because of your own hard work. Compared to you,
You shouldn't be so disappointed in yourself. You're improving too. You just need to keep at it.
Well, I can hold a needle and thread without breaking anything now. That's something.
That's a big step. When we started, you couldn't even hold a pair of scissors without twisting them apart.
True. I'm sorry for being such a burden.
You're no bother at all. I like sewing with you. It reminds me of when I was young and my mother taught me how to sew. My mother would sit with my brother and me, and we'd all sew together. Ah, I really miss it. Even though I was barely better than you when I started. Did your mother like to sew, Dimitri?
My birth mother? From my father's accounts, she wasn't great at it either.
Oh, of course. I forgot that the Queen of Fargus passed away long ago.
Yes. I don't really remember what she was like. But I remember my stepmother, always sitting by the window sewing away.
I'm sure she would have been happy to teach you if you had asked.
She always looked so lonely when she was sewing. So unreachable. She was kind to me, yes, but when she was like that, it was hard to talk to her. I'm not certain she would have wished to teach me.
I'm so sorry, Dimitri. I didn't mean to bring up such difficult memories.
Don't worry about it. If I don't talk about those things sometimes, I'll risk forgetting them altogether. And that would truly be a shame.
I see.
But now I'm just going on and on about myself. Why don't you tell me more about you?
More about me? Oh, goodness. I don't even know what to say.
It's hard to think of something on the spot, isn't it? You could speak of your family, I suppose.
You want to know more about my family? On that topic, I'm happy to oblige. In fact, I'm so glad you asked. It's important to think about your past and share it every now and then. This might take a while, but would you be willing to stay and listen?
Of course. I will listen for as long as you wish.
I'm liking these. I'm liking these support things. I hate that they're so far into the game that you get these, but fair enough.
Finally, you score a point against me on the ground. You have improved, Ingrid.
That was nothing more than a fluke. My technique was horribly sloppy that last round.
It does not matter what sort of technique it was. You won. If this had been a real battle, I would be dead. You wielded your lance well, without any hesitation. Has your approach changed?
You may recall when I said I'm now able to move on, because of you.
I remember. What did you mean by it?
That I finally understand a truth about Glenn. It sounds as though he died with a heavy heart. A heart that carried regret. I had suspected as much. But instead of acknowledging it, I twisted my memory of him to fit an ideal I've been upholding.
I see.
Your Highness, I will not sacrifice my life for anyone. But perhaps instead, I can live my life for someone. I will pledge my life to you.
And how exactly am I meant to interpret that?
However you please, Your Highness.
Oh? Well then. Ingrid, when this is all over, I want you to support and defend me. As my knight. I have been thinking of telling you this for a long time. We get along well, you and I.
Oh my.
As your knight? Yes, yes, of course.
Oh my.
Of course I will. I intended to do so for the sake of the kingdom. Together, Your Highness. You and I. Our first order of business. Putting this tragic war to an end.
Yes. And while we're at it, do not die on me, Ingrid. Promise me that.
Yes, Your Highness. I swear it on my lance.
Oh my. As your knight, she says. Alright, 2 more. And then back on the journey.
Why are you out and about so late, Dimitri?
Hello, Flane. I could ask you the same thing.
Me? I was feeling restless and came here to think.
I see. I'm here for the same reason.
How funny. But, are you feeling well? You look fairly pale.
It's nothing. I just have a bit of a headache.
Oh my. Headaches are quite troublesome, are they not? I am sure it will subside soon. Actually, I am quite talented when it comes to healing magic. If you will allow me, I will have you feeling better in no time.
That's kind of you, but I'm fine.
But why not? Have I offended you somehow?
This headache is something I've dealt with for a while now. Ever since my family and friends were murdered before my eyes. I must never forget that day. I must never allow their deaths to be forgotten. I feel this headache is a reminder of sorts. Of those I failed to protect. And of their murderers who still roam free.
I see. That would explain your somber demeanor. Still, I do not agree with all you are saying. I feel that if I were your father or any of your dear friends whom you lost, I would want you to let go of me eventually. I would never want someone whom I care deeply for to be pained by the loss of me for eternity. And I doubt they would want that either.
Perhaps. Unfortunately, they have left this world, so I can no longer ask their preference.
We cannot ask them directly, but we can imagine how they might have felt. You know who they were as people. As for me, if I am ever to be but a memory in your future, I want you to remember me in a way that brings you joy. I would want you to smile when you recalled me, to feel warmed by the notion that I cherished your company. I cannot imagine I am the only one who feels this way. Surely anyone who loved another would wish only for their peace and happiness. I must apologize. I was out of line, clearly. I must get some rest now. Please do not stay up too late yourself.
Good night, Flayn. And thank you.
Look at all these life lessons he's learning out here. Now that he's actually... Wait, what? Oh, Ash wants to talk to Gilbert too, apparently. It's still the same amount, just a different order.
It's been 8 years since I last called you by that name.
Your Highness, I must deeply apologize for leaving the kingdom without permission. There
is no need to explain, old friend. I can guess at your reasons. The tragedy of Duscur. You felt responsible for that incident and sought respite in the goddess, abandoning your name, rank, and homeland in repentance. Am I right?
I have no excuses to offer. It was all I could think to do.
I always knew you for a pious man, and I figured that if you were to leave, this is where you would end up. You have changed much. Your face does not have the same resolve it once did.
If I may, Your Highness, you have changed as well.
I can't disagree.
It was my duty to protect His Majesty, your father. Naturally, that also included Lady Patricia and yourself as well.
My father and mother are gone. No amount of regret will bring them back.
My dreams are haunted by the thought that, had I arrived at Duscur more swiftly...
You saved my life at Duscur. I have only gratitude for you, no blame to speak of. I wish for you to remain in the kingdom, Gustav, even after this conflict is over. I need your strength to help rebuild the ravaged land that Faerghus has become.
Please, I beg your forgiveness, but there is no place left for me in that land.
I see. Though much has changed, your stubbornness remains. I have no desire to trouble you. If you do not wish to return, that is your choice to make. But I do advise you to at least visit the place of your birth, if only for your family's sake.
Yes, Your Highness. Thank you. I appreciate your concern.
That was brief and filled with basically no info, but, you know, it is a lower tier support, so.
Your heart does not seem to be in your training today.
I'm sorry. Something's been bothering me.
Idle thoughts do hinder training. Tell me what bothers you.
You were sworn to protect the royal family. But when we met 5 years ago, you weren't in the kingdom capital. You were in Garreg Mach. What could have made a great knight like you abandon his vow?
That is difficult to explain. You are aware of the tragedy of Duscur? When the king's party was massacred 9 years ago.
I am. It affected me too. My brother was suspected of being involved in the attack. And so the church, they...
Forgive me. That must be a difficult memory.
Why are you apologizing? It's not your fault.
I disagree. Had I been by His Majesty's side on that day where I was sworn to be, perhaps His Majesty would not have lost his life, and all would be different.
Is that why you left Faerghus?
Yes. You may laugh, but I feel I was responsible for everything.
I would never laugh at something like that. But I do think you should have seen things through to the end. Even if you had to endure dishonor for a while, you could have restored your name. I'm sorry. That was inconsiderate of me. I got carried away by how much your situation resembles my own.
You were adopted by Lord Lonato, correct? I once told you that I wish to protect one thing other than my king. And that is my family. My wife and my daughter, both of whom I left behind in the kingdom. Lord Lonato took up his sword for his son, even if that meant turning his back on the goddess. As a father, I cannot condemn Lord Lonato for raising an army. Yet, perhaps he too lost sight of what should be protected, just as I did.
I don't understand what you mean. What should Lenato have protected?
You, Ash. Because you are also his son.
You're right. I think I know what I need to protect now. It's been staring me in the face all this time. I don't know why I couldn't see it. I'm Lenato's son. His pride and his wishes are my inheritance. Those are what I should protect.
I see. Ash, you will be an excellent knight.
It's too early to say that, but I'm willing to learn if you'll teach me.
It would be my pleasure to oversee the training of a new generation.
Alright. There you go. That's all the supports. We've learned some things. I like how quickly Ash's was. He just had 2 steps. I want to be a knight, but I don't know what I'm fighting for, and then suddenly knows what he's fighting for. He's a quick learner, I guess. I'm going to fish until I hit A+, so I'm going to pause the recording and do that. You don't need to fucking see me fish, it's fishing. Very exciting, I know, but for you it'll be a second, for me it'll be probably half an hour, I'm not actually sure, but I'll see you then. Fishing is so remarkably tedious and boring. There you go. We did it! Yay! Yay! We're done fishing. So, hold on. Type something real quick. So fishing's boring. There's a lot of boring fishing minigames in video games. It definitely could be made better. But my biggest problem with it is that they like partially, sorta half-assed did like a way to not look at it, but then seemingly forgot about half of it, so the way fishing works, in case you've forgotten or don't know, is you throw the line out, you have 3 opportunities to snag a fish. The fish that shows up depends on the bait and like, you know, if it's fucking glowing and shit. Stuff like that. But it's usually a blue, and blue aren't really worth anything. So you're aiming for like, you know, a red, a yellow, there's a rainbow fish, which I still haven't caught, so I don't know what that does. Very hard to catch those rainbow fish. But as far as my hands can discern, there's no... It rumbles when a fish is tugging, which is fair enough. There's no discernible difference that I've noticed between the types of fish, but some of them are so rare that it's kind of hard, and there's that gap between rumbles which makes feeling a difference a little bit harder. So you have to visually, with your peepers, you have to look at the screen to see what kind of fish is snagging at the line. But then once you pull the fish, once you start reeling it in, it does that little rhythm, pseudo-rhythm game. It's not actually rhythm because there is no real rhythm to it. Particularly the rainbow fish has fuck all rhythm. Once you start reeling it in, it has a soft rumble, and then the moment before you have to hit the button, the rumble ticks up and then ramps back down. Like it very quickly jumps up and then goes down. And that is, you could tell really easily that there's a difference in the rumble there. So for the rhythm part, it's actually easier if I'm not looking at the screen because I just feel the rumble instead of looking at it because the frame rate's not great. It's hard to do rhythm games with a shit frame rate, fight me.
Pardon me.
So I just feel for the rumble and then hit it on that, and it's a lot easier for me. But I can't do that for reeling stuff in. I have to look at the screen, so it's very annoying.
Really?
Just let me feel via rumble, you know? The rumble's nice to tell that there's 3 pulls, but as far as I know, it doesn't do anything else. It just has a basic rumble every time a fish pulls. So maybe there is a difference and I just can't tell because of the gap between rumbles. I don't know. But that would make fishing a lot more bearable for me if I could just close my eyes basically and just feel the rumble on the controller. But I can't, so now I'm sad. I'm also very tired. So I was falling asleep, which probably made it take slightly longer, but it took forever. It was like 40 or 50 fish or something. I don't actually know how many it was. It was quite a lot of fish. And I hated it. But we're A+ now. We'll check the blacksmith. I should have done it while I was talking about fishing and running around. We'll check the blacksmith next time we have a menu up that goes to it.
I would like
go.
Some new...
He should. Yes, he has the stats to allow him to do a great knight now. Loses some defense, he gains a lot of movement. Gains a little bit of resistance. But he also gains a canto, which is very nice. Can I do exams here? No, do it from the other screen. So he can jump up. I think the next closest person is probably Annie. She's at 88, which is pretty darn good. You're already a Grimory. Sylvain, I don't actually know what I'm doing with him. Ash should be getting close, 73. I forgot Bow Knight requires Lance for fuck knows what reason. I actually know why they require that. It's strange, and me and him aren't changing. So, wait, no. Use your point.
I would like to...
You fool. Okay, let's look at Annie. Yes, Annie should this week be able to turn into a Grimory. Yes, definitely this week. And we can just let her finish that off at the end of the week. We probably didn't need that second, third, whatever. That last one we did, the last training. Listen here. Words are hard. You! What is your lance at? D+? That'll take a while to get up. Unfortunately, we probably do want to get his lance up. It's only one tier that it needs to go up. What about Bernie? Bernie already has lance. So she's just looking for writing. Which I think she technically needs 2 levels of, because this is A+, isn't it? Oh, sorry, A, not A+. She does still need 2 levels, I just don't know how to word very well. Felix is getting very close to being able to do a Mortal Savant. Which I don't know if that class is any good, but we'll teach him that. Slowly but surely. Resettas... Did Seneth need again? Axe and flying. Neither of those are particularly close. Teach Flame. Well, no, we won't teach Flame, actually. She's not really doing anything for us. To be honest. Ingrid. You're going to level that up on your own. I don't need to mess with that. Guess we could teach Dorothea. Dorothea and Sylvain, yeah. And they're just going to be authority. Which is going to accomplish a whole lot of nothing because it takes like 12 weeks of training to get anything useful out of them at this point. You know, actually, we'll teach her faith. I was going to teach her authority, but... Get her a little bit closer to Grimory as well. Many Grimories around this parts. Group task is fine. Let's go. Had the same group task for like a year at this point. What is today? A hymn, sure. Who's gonna participate?
It's hard to sneak out when
one of those is fine.
It is so much fun to...
And A+ is the last professor level, because it just says max, it doesn't go above it. As opposed to these skills, which seem to continue gaining XP.
Here's the result, Professor.
Man. Got authority, and that's up. She got authority, she got writing.
I'll do my best with this.
Is this what success feels like?
Abraxas. Okay. We should have some people we can do some stuff with here. And this is probably a battle weekend. Internet appears to be mixed on this, actually. Might be a lot of people trying to hit master classes. Alright, Gilbert, for sure, we're going to turn into this. A great knight. Look at him. Doesn't he look cool? So we don't actually need the ring on him anymore, because this class change solves that problem. There you go. 2 luck, 2 res. Pretty good. So we'll have to fix his equipment. Sedith, you're not changing. Dorothea's not. Bernie's not. Actually turn her into a knight in general. A cavalry unit. Annie can change, yes. She can become a Grammarly. She can now effectively use all forms of magic. Hooray!
It's all thanks to hard work.
Then, who was it? Sylvain's not doing anything. Ash can't yet. Felix can't yet. Oh, Felix can, actually. You only need a B on that, apparently. There you go. Sure. This is our last Master Seal. We'll have to buy some more, but that's fine. Look at that. Look at how nonsensical he looks. I got 1 magic.
Easy.
He's probably not going to use magic unless there's a benefit to it for some reason, like he's attacking a heavily armored unit. Just kind of hanging out there. Yeah. So that's it for now until we get Bernie. Bernie, Ash, and Sedith are probably the closest ones. And maybe Dorothy, I don't remember what she's at, but... Marketplace. Blacksmith. We'll fix his ring in a second here. Let's look at our rusted weapons. A Mercurius. We don't have the mithril to make that, but we can at least look at it. So 100 hit. 10 crit, 7 weight. 15 might. This is an extraordinarily good sword. Like, it's got super low weight. That's like silver sword level weight, I'm pretty sure. It's lower than a silver sword. Does more damage. Pretty good. We can't make it though. We probably can't make any of these because we don't have the mithril or anything. Whatever it requires. Range 1 to 2. That's... all of these legendary weapons seem to be broken. And by broken, I mean holy shit, they're real good. I think it might be the only 2 we have. I know we have a bow. Like, look at this shit. 7 weight, 85 hit, 15 might. 15 might on a bow. It's crazy. And 85 hit is extremely good. That's training bow levels. We make these too. We can make these dragon claws, but I have no one that uses these. So these are like brave gauntlets, basically. So the might is really low. It's a gauntlet. They're all like that. The might's really low. It's effective against dragons for what that's worth, but it attacks twice if initiating. So if your speed's high enough, you'd have what, 8 hits? Because by default, gauntlets can hit 4 times if you're fast enough. That's a lot of hits. Anyway, we can't make any of these, which is unfortunate, but I can't, right? I can't make Parthia? No, because all these take mithril, so. Can I buy mithril? Probably not from these vendors. If I can buy mithril, it's probably from the secret shops and all that jazz, the bonus shops, extras. May as well look at the armory. There's not going to be anything here I want, I don't think. I like the killing edge, I just hate how low the durability on weapons starts to get. Brave weapons are probably better until you hit legendaries and stuff like that, but cannot make follow-up attacks at one space away. Yeah, that's interesting trade-off there. Anyway, let me sell some stuff. I don't think we've actually checked our inventory to sell things for a while. Not weapons. Right, you only take weapons to sell. Right. Wait, does it only take weapons? Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I guess it doesn't. Should've just scrolled up, shouldn't I? There's actually nothing I want to sell, is there? I guess not. We're gonna keep all our seals, even though I don't think we're ever gonna use them for anything. Alright. Let's check some inventories. We got some battalions that I believe I want to change, right? Yeah, we got someone today. It's her. She's gonna lose that avoid, but that's fine. She's gonna lose some defensive and offensive stats as well, but she gains crit and hit. And this is level 1 versus level 5, so take that into account there. Didn't we have someone else who... where's authority on this list? We had someone else who hit A. Oh, that's just her. Fair enough. You... inventory, not that. So you don't really need the March Ring anymore. That's, store it, get Dingleberry. Make sure everyone's inventory is clean as well. So who would we give that ring to? I don't want to give it to Ash or Bernie because they're going to become cavalry. I can't give it to my mages because they have the staves on, which take up that slot, fortunately. I mean, I could give it to her instead of the Ceros shield, but I kind of like that shield. And I don't know that she really needs the movement because she has Thorin and Meteor. Maybe we don't give anyone that ring. Yeah, maybe we don't give anyone. Alright, before we leave, I am going to... No, wait, we'll just do it like this. We have like 1 billion of these for whatever reason. But we're gonna trade out her bow. Not for that one. Don't we have a... unused silver bow? Yeah, there we go. Silver bow plus, in fact. There you go. Alright. I was thinking we battle here, but... maybe we don't. Let's do a seminar. Let's do a seminar with me. We'll see what the recommended level is for the story quest when we get there at the end of the month, and if it's close to us, we will do a bunch of battles next month.
Of course.
Well worth the effort.
To make up for anything. Alright. I'm so proud of my students. Look at them go. Learning and shit. Of course, we could have also missed out on an item and stuff like that. Mercedes' birthday party. I'm just giving you flowers. Kind of wanted to host a tea party, but her support's already maxed and I keep forgetting that. Alright. Don't need a certificate because we've already done that. Inventory's good. No supports. Let's go for it. So it's 35. So yeah, next month we're gonna do missions to get a few levels ahead of the main mission, because the main mission next month should be what, like 37 or something? Either way, after Rodrigue's death, we choose to forestall an invasion and head to the capital. See what's here. Alright, we have to save. I always forget it makes you save before battle.
Despite their victory at the Battle of Gronder, the Kingdom Army turns around and marches for Ferdiad instead of heading south. To hail the arrival of the Kingdom Army, the people of Ferdiad begin to rebel. No move is made to suppress them. Instead, Cornelia directs her borrowed Imperial troops to prevent Dimitri from reaching the Kingdom capital.
Thank you so much.
So there's an active, unsuppressed rebellion going on while we fight. Reclaiming the capital. Let's go.
Ferdiad. It has been a lifetime since I was here last. 5 years ago, in fact. On the day before my execution, when Dedu helped me escape from prison, I killed soldiers from my homeland, stole weapons from their corpses, and made my escape soaked in their blood. To think this is how I would return to the city of my birth after all that has happened. Yes. Rodrigue gave his life to show me the way back to this path. You have risked much as well. I am glad to have you at my side. From the bottom of my heart, I am forever grateful. Let's win this, Professor. Let's all make it out alive and celebrate our victory.
Your Highness, the path to the castle has been cleared. We are making preparations to advance. Say the word, and we march.
Yes. Let us begin. Everyone, listen well. This battle is for all that the Empire stole from us. It is a fight to reclaim the days of peace we once enjoyed. I give you but 2 commands. Stay alive and follow your heart. That is all I ask. The gates to the Kingdom capital are open. Join me. It is time to take back our home!
Yeah.
I thought I would see you again, little princeling.
This fucking voice.
So stubborn. It must run in your family.
Cornelia, the city is overrun with insurrection. It seems to be in response to our enemy's arrival. If we do nothing, our army may suffer damages. We should suppress the citizens immediately.
The people are rebelling? Let them do as they please. Or are you saying you have enough soldiers to divide our forces? Quite bold of you, with our enemy's most elite soldiers at our doorstep.
But what are you suggesting?
The city is going to be a battlefield anyway. Kill all who oppose us, even if they are members of the general populace. Go on now. You are needed out there.
As you wish. May we find fortune in the battle to come.
Huh. What an inconvenience the little princeling has turned out to be. And bringing that troublesome person along with him. It would have been much better if he and his sweet little stepsister had been good little children and just killed each other.
She's plotting to get the 2 of them to fight from the dawn of time, I guess. I don't know. But why? Is she pulling Empire strings too? Is she pulling Edelgard around? I actually don't think Edelgard is a bad person. In case that's not apparent so far. Alright, let's look at the map, see what we got here. We've got basically nobody. Oh, we're split like fuck, okay. Well, we have a front line on all sides. We have a mage on all sides. What the fuck are you? Titanus. You're cool looking. You're extremely tanky. Holy shit. You're extremely tanky. In fact, so tanky that I think I'd rather fucking not deal with you. But I fear that I will have to. But she's chilling on a stronghold. So she has a staff that restores HP every turn. She's a Grimory, so there is that. And she's standing on a stronghold that restores HP every turn, so she basically has to die in one turn. Oh, there's levers here. What are these? Controls traps, weapons, and contraptions. I was about to say, am I missing something? Because there's no way they expect you to kill all these titans. But I think that lever on the right might have something to do with it. I'm going to swap somebody. Swap Ingrid over there. Slightly better front line. And I think that's fine. Our center... Well, actually... 2 mages. Yeah, we'll leave Sylvain over there. Our center is basically not going to do anything for what appears to be a long time, if that lever has anything to do with these titans, because I don't want to fight those titans. For obvious reasons.
The preparations are all in place. Time to meet my old master. Ready the Titaness in the streets. Let's give them a welcome to remember.
Ominous music.
Advance! Smash that traitor Cornelia and reclaim the capital! I will not lose. I swear it by the blood in my veins.
Okay. So they... One tile? Yeah, one tile in front of the wall is danger. But the sides, one tile? Left side is perfectly safe. Okay. I don't want Gilbert marching forward because there's a bunch of mages here, so...
What's my strategy?
What can we
Guide
do?
me well.
How far up can we move before we attract attention? That's the question. That far.
Leave it to me.
I'm your girl.
So we'll go ahead and scooch everyone
At your
up.
service.
Should've... You can't go back. Should've moved Annie up one more time. That's fine, whatever.
My orders?
Look at this extra movement range, it's so nice. In fact, we could move him up. He's just gonna get hit by a physical attacker. That's not gonna do anything, yeah. We'll get their attention. You guys, if I move you here, do you get attention? You do.
Ready when you are.
More fighting.
Doesn't kill him. That is unfortunate. And she can't get close enough to Thorin. Let's see how dangerous this is. Oh, they're not even gonna hit her. Okay. We can use that to pull them forward. Move the enemy out of position a bit. You guys are gonna get attacked even if I don't move you.
Onward.
Necessarily would
What's the
not
plan?
want that, so... I think this side, oh, the Silver Lance is a bit low. I think this side has to move up. Actually, perhaps we do not move up. Perhaps we just do... That mage has a lot of fucking range. I forgot to change his weapon. Fuck.
I'd be honored.
Shouldn't matter too much, but I did forget to change his weapon. Mage is hitting Ash, actually. Didn't realize it changed there. He's gonna put some wear on his weapon, but at least he'll kill them, I guess.
No mercy.
Oh, a crit.
Not enough. Child's play.
Oh, man.
Not enough.
Look at this weakling. Thinking he could take on my boy Gilbert.
Maybe I'm not a total waste.
Imagine how strong this horse is to be carrying someone with that kind of armor.
Too slow.
I shall not stray.
Not quite.
You have a ranged weapon. That's rude. Quite rude, in fact. Oh, he's on a siege piece. Okay. That's why his range is so far.
Burn until we meet again.
I don't like that his weapon wiggles. I dislike the fact that it's living. Okay, well, one of the sides fell for my ploy. You're going to have to change your weapon. Go ahead and move over here and do so. Thank you.
Is that it? All for our future.
His avoid is getting real fucking high bonus there. Now they're not actually attacking me. Go to Rusty Lake. Curiously, he's afraid of Ash for whatever reason. This mage is gonna do a lot of damage if he hits. Which is where that avoid's coming into play, thankfully. Let's see here. Setteth. See, the problem is if I move up there, you'll aggro them, so. That's a lot of damage. That's not gonna happen, so never mind.
Destiny unfurls.
And then what do I do with him? Probably just leave him there. I'm going to utilize you to aggro that guy. Use Mercedes. Should put Mercedes up here. Did she learn something new? No, it was Annie that learned something new, wasn't it? Abraxas. Not much range. It's also light magic. With very limited uses, so let's not use that. Because it could be super powerful.
Wait.
Could have been a better level, but not the worst level. Mage is gonna hit him. He should be fine against magic, right? That's a lot of damage. It's a low hit rate, but that's a lot of damage. Okay. Armor Boy's gonna get killed. I'm pretty confident of that. Actually, go here.
My duty is your death.
He's the more offensive oriented caster. We'll deal with him first. Now let's make sure this kills. It does. It's gonna take her 2 hits to kill, so let's not walk in here and die like an idiot. Oh, he's ranged, that's right. So my only real play is to just stand here because it's outside of range, which is unfortunate. She's gonna be real far behind.
Winning is what matters.
But he's dead, so either way it works out fine. You go delete this man for me. That's a spooky quantity of damage you got there, bud. We could enclose her, just to confirm a kill here. It's 1 extra weapon durability and it saves me damage.
Bernie's unstoppable.
The actual usefulness of encloser doesn't matter because he's dead, but still.
Weren't the Titanus enough for you? Well
Hello?
then, we had better activate the Viscum.
How about not? What are those? What are Viscum?
You took me lightly.
Ingrid is actually absurdly strong. Despite her relatively low offensive stats. Just because no one can hit her.
So coming.
Still don't know how you dodge that, but...
Child's play. End of the line.
Oh no, he's critting. What will we do?
Child's play.
I'm glad you can crit 0 damage. Don't hit me, bro. God damn it. We did guard against it, because he has the chance of reducing magic damage. Which is nice. Because he needed that. So what are these? What are those? Oh, that's a lot of range. 25 magic as well. So we need to be careful of those, because those reach way past the walls. None of my front line appears to be within range. No. So they're safe to stay where I was going to keep them anyway. Awkward positioning, but we can just do this. Wow, you can actually hurt her. Haven't seen that possibility in a while. If somebody does 41 there, is Abraxas. Sure, let's use it. Saves us damage, so it's worth it. Oh. That's not what I was expecting, I'll be honest with you. But it's pretty good.
On my honor.
And this is my favorite thing about cavalry, is I can do that and I don't lose my movement. That's why I like cavalry so much. I think we keep him on the front line. I think we keep basically everyone on the front line. Let me target you guys. Oh, he's in range now, actually. That's not good. Should have done that earlier so I wouldn't put him in range like that. Alright, sitting there is putting you in range, so instead we'll do this. Kills them in 1, so we're fine.
Don't bother haunting me.
These mages are spooky strong.
I sense an improvement.
Shouldn't need to worry about their damage much, which is fine. If I move you up there, you get attacked, which I don't want you to, so that's as far as you can go.
It was the only way.
It's true, it was the only way. He was going to fight me. And we can use her turn to heal. No, we can't. She only has rescue. She doesn't have physic, which is unfortunate. She has fortify. I don't want to use that though. I don't have any movement abilities equipped, so I can't move Gilbert. Not that I'd be able to really move him anyway. Which means he's gonna have to take that hit. It's going to be a spicy hit, but... Go sit on that house. What's your new home? He's on siege equipment up there, isn't he? He's not, actually. He just has a really far range. Oh, he has meteor. That's why. Okay. I was like, why is he attacking so far without moving? I did also notice that this is a general. Probably means one over here is a general as well. Yeah. So it might be the generals are tied to the Titanus and the levers tied to these Viscum. Would make sense to me at the moment. Are you going to assassinate him? Oh, that's not that much damage. It's damage I didn't need to take, but...
Too slow.
Do enemy AI units have limited uses of stuff?
Is that it?
I also find it interesting how many of their what's going on there? I also find it interesting how many of their units use ranged weapons now. You do have limited uses. So it's probably in our best interest to actually just wait. Let him cast Meteor again. He's not gonna hit. That removes his range advantage. So we don't need to worry about him anymore after that. Blame! He's going to have a lot of fun with that siege equipment when she gets it. He's also going to take a fuck ton of damage here. I think we Nosferatu to heal her up after the hit. Also gets the kill, so.
Child's play.
Okay, she's a little bit sturdier. Okay, we can move up enough to hit him, which is as far as we're going to go.
You knew the odds.
That way we can move Ash up to this wall here, where Sylvain used to be. That should be all of the movement I'm doing this turn. Yes. Alright. I really like that you can highlight units to show their attack range. Their danger area. Oh, he actually did hit. Surprisingly. What is that noise? Why does it pause and then do that noise? What is happening? Nothing as far as I can tell. So he can't meteor anymore, his range is puny now. So we can move you up to tank him. You should be perfectly fine doing so. Yeah, 0% hit. And then try and squeeze people across this gap here. Should be perfectly safe. Yep. She has to wait an extra turn, but that's okay. She can actually meteor this man, which is actually probably not worth it because they're going to heal anyway. Yeah, that's not worth it. Alright. Center is still waiting. I like this sweet formation we've got. So here's the pickle here. She can't get on this without getting attacked. It's magic damage and her resistance is crazy high. She might not actually be in danger at all. I'm trying to select, there you go, that guy. I think the mage is the biggest threat here. Not that he's gonna take any damage though. Let's hit the guy that's off. Hitting right, by the way, goes left right there, in case you're curious why I keep getting confused. But if I hit right, it goes left. What is your movement here? You can potentially straight kill the mage, which is good. Don't miss. Noise.
I must steel myself.
My boy Ash still putting good work in, actually. Once he's got that cavalry unit, he'll be good to go. I can block them, which I will do to protect my boy Ash. Probably should have healed, but that's okay. That's both sides, yeah. And we continue waiting. This shouldn't do anything. No, okay. Actually does 0, which is fine. Times 4? Oh, hold on. Please dodge. Reduce damage, but it doesn't matter, he's gonna get attacked again. Fuck, we're gonna have to Divine Pulse. I didn't realize how strong those dudes were. Yeah. I didn't realize he had a 4 times hit because of the brave weapon.
I figured he would end like this.
How about no? What is that noise that keeps happening? How do I Divine Pulse? How actually do I Divine Pulse? You know, I don't actually know.
So, we are taking children into battle. I shall allow you to turn back the head.
ZL. It's probably just sitting right there, isn't it? It's actually not. Oh, you can actually pick where you go back to, actually. That's really good, actually. It's much better than I thought it was. Divine Pulse has 11 charges. What does that mean? I mean I can go back 11 turns? No, I can go way the fuck back. Okay. God. That's a lot of going back. Well, we want to adjust here. We don't want Sylvain moving up, but we don't want Ash moving up either. He has a Wodao as well. That Brave Sword fucked me. I didn't account for that.
What's the plan?
There's no way to just pull one of them.
I'd be honored.
Unfortunately. We can just keep waiting and kill one of them. They may move towards us. Let's go ahead and heal Sylvain up. There's a slight chance he would have survived if he was healed, but unlikely. Okay. I think that's all we're doing now, because we're not moving up. Yeah. I said, no, I didn't say I wouldn't Divine Pulse, I said I wouldn't reload if we permanently lost someone. Which so far is just to do. Alright. That was a good back-to-back crit, which allowed you to kill him. That's actually pretty nice. Ah, okay, they're moving. He's moving that way, which is actually bad. But curious, nonetheless.
Onward.
So we can go ahead and kill this dude, remove the threat. Thank you, Flame. We can have you secure a kill on this guy. Preferably without getting... Oh, he's not going to get hit, we're fine.
I was just stronger.
And hopefully that will pull his ire back towards us. And we can have Ash close enough to actually hit him. Because if Ash can hit him, then it's fine. So what are you? Just a random soldier with Abraxas. A really fucking big range on this dude. Okay.
I do this for all of
You
us.
can outrange the caster because we weakened them, so you just get a free kill. Thank you.
Pretty good, huh?
And she got her authority up, which is great.
More
I like when they
fighting.
do that. Can you hit him? Yeah. Okay.
Time for your last
And it was a
day.
crit. I'm glad you could hear her
Will this
scream
ever
when the
end?
camera changed. A distant Dorothea roar.
All this power just to survive.
Yeah, that's a good thing she got strength.
Ready when you are.
Alright, let's go pull this lever, see what this does.
That should stop the supply of
Hey!
magic. Now we should be able to land attacks on those things.
These strange devices and weapons. They are the Empire's? Unbelievable.
They're not quite the Empires, so that... It said something about landing attacks. The Viscum is still targetable. Although, it's not active anymore, right? Because it removed my... Yeah, it removed my selection on them. They can't do it anymore. I still don't like these Titanus, and defeating that general did nothing, so I think we just have to fight the Titanus, unfortunately. Unless defeating both of them does something. Is there another third general? Besides her, obviously. No. We'll wait an extra turn. Because it might allow us to kill this dude. Nope, he's fucking running for some reason. Alright, let us fight.
Orders?
How scary are these things? Let's use Gilbert to test. They will do no damage to Gilbert. Are they ranged? They're slightly ranged.
I'm your girl.
Why are they so attached to attacking him?
Leave it to me.
Oh, but now they switch to me. Or sorry, Dimitri.
At your service.
Why are the mages safe? They're not doing magic damage. I don't trust that. That's strange. That's strange and I don't like it.
What's my strategy?
And anyone that moves up that isn't a mage gets targeted. How bizarre. We're gonna group this side up because I think that dude with the brave sword is gonna run all the way over here for some reason. Don't actually know what he's doing, but... Can she do any damage to these things? Because that'd be convenient. She can't, actually. She can just stay over there and lob shots in. Free XP, pretty good.
I feel my strength building.
Not much strength, but it technically is building. Okay. See what you got, bud. He's still running that way.
Is that it? Obvious.
I wish he wasn't, because we were one tile out of his attack range, but he's going for it. Hello? What the fuck was that turn? That's a big sword. That's a big spooky sword. It's definitely not magic damage. It's bizarre that they wouldn't target him. So the left one is going to be weaker because Flame's going to keep fucking bopping it. She can only hit that tile. Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. It guarded it. Unfortunate reduction of damage, but that's fine. Let's focus on one. How do we focus on you? Yeah, you don't do too much damage. Not as spooky as their stats led me to initially believe.
We must destroy you now.
I hate that he takes reduced damage from basically everything, though. Move him over here to acquire his attention. It's presuming it hits, of course.
Our plan is ready.
Good. Gotta push this in. So they both have their aggro tagged. Let's preferably try to stay outside of that attack range. You can break this, which takes a health bar off and keeps him stunned. That's good. Hey! Just got that A authority. Although I quite like her current battalion, so she may never actually change. He's good against axes, which is unfortunately what he is. Sedith can break this, which actually stuns that guy completely. That broke his shield and everything. Get fucked. Look at your weak Titan boys now. Question mark. Oh, I take a whole health bar off. It's actually really good. May be able to straight kill this one. Not that it's a threat. At the moment. I think we're gonna take advantage of this one being stunned. I'll take a health bar off of it as well. So many big monsters. Big enemies. They're not monsters, really. They're just fancy tech at this point.
Leave it to...
Her battalion is garbage, apart from the fact that it has resonant ice. There is no actual other reason for her battalion to still exist. So, that guy's still running towards the east, and I don't want to fight big dudes and that guy at the same time. We will have my boy Sylvain and his... Hello? Who the fuck are you? A thief with a Tathlum bow. A sacred weapon. The fuck? We may have to redo quite a lot of our turn here. Zero chance he can actually shoot that far. He's a third party, he's not allied.
I'm still here.
And while he does not currently have a target, I'm suspicious as hell that he's about to slap the fuck out of Flame. I'm not entirely sure. I do, however, want that bow. Just a random fucking thief showed up in the party. Everyone's moved but the right side, so let's see what happens with this thief. That's not the direction I thought he would move. That's a cool attack. It debuffed me, which I hate, but that's a cool attack. I figured we would aggro those guys. I don't know what their movement is. This is just, looks like they're all moving center. Yeah, everyone's moving center. So he's not attacking. He continues not attacking. However, I want that bow, which means I have to fight him. I won't kill him. And of course, if I try to fight you directly, you will, of course, counterattack. We could just get the free damage in like that. I don't know where he's going. Ow. What weapon does he have? I want to see if the person that was also playing this with me had this same thief. They probably did. It's probably scripted. In fact, there might be indeed a second thief. Considering he went through the right door, I think he's gonna cut through above these houses and then go south, like through the main gate. So we'll end up catching him. In fact, we could catch him now, actually. Let's do that, just to confirm the kill.
Lament your weakness.
Because I want that bow.
Had I room to grow?
You can be straight up killed by me or Dimitri, doesn't necessarily matter. You've been debuffed in some manner. Your hit is fucking abysmal, that's probably the manner, I suspect.
Allow me to help.
We'll take
It's still Gambit though. And that will stun him, which will allow me. You attack me until all the way up there. And why is your targeting line so yellow? Either way, that'll allow one of my mages to kill him. Or like Dimitri or someone, doesn't really matter. All these spells I have, we will. We are gonna take some damage here. So not a very high hit rate, but he missed. So it turns out we won't.
I'm stronger.
It'd be neat if there were classes above 30.
Stronger.
Although we're pretty far in the game at this point, I'm pretty sure. I kind of want my mages to get movement, so. I'll have Dimitri finish that one. That way my mages can scooty puff over this way. Because it seems like for whatever reason they're favoring towards the right side. I should have healed him when we had that turn. Doesn't really matter, but... I think you two are just gonna chill there. There's a lot of stuff happening, and I'm unsure of any of it. However, would like to not get their attention. So, park your butt there. Let's start moving our sides in. Who hasn't moved? You, okay. I'm not gonna move him anyway, so. This is fine. You've turned around. What is happening? They all seem to be gathering around this commander, who, for whatever reason, left his post on the left and just fucking gathering dudes over here. It's not great. Something on my glasses, so I'm fucking blind. Hold on. Uno momento. It's not great having them all in one place, but their range is only 1 to 2. So for instance, if I were to aggro this one, assuming of course that he cannot run, well, he'll be able to run through this guy because he's friendly. But if I aggro this one, all the ones behind him can't get through here to hit me, as far as I know. The archers can. The archers will be rather adamant about doing so, in fact. That mage will not, though, for some reason. They're not gonna do any damage. I don't think anyone's gonna do any damage to him, including Kingdom General, man, and everything. I don't know, it's weird. Their movement is weird, and I don't like it. A hell of a range they got going. Unfortunately for Flame, she's no longer useful because the AI is behaving in a manner that I was not expecting. So she can't actually really do anything. Send you that way, send Dimitri this way. My boy up here is gonna need reinforcements because he's gonna end up breaking his weapon on people's faces, I'm pretty sure. Which weapon does he even have? 24. Not that he lacks for reinforcements. He's got quite a few people nearby that can help, so. What do I hit over here? There's a multitude of targets. I think nothing for now. Who's attacking her? Oh, the golem decides to attack her. Okay. She can wait there. She's safe.
Child!
I like this. This is good.
Not enough.
It took so long for him to do those attacks because they hit for no damage.
Child!
Okay, they've opted to move to attack.
You're soft.
You're soft. I expected them to change guard 6. What happened there that allowed him to do damage? Either way, I expected them to shuffle directions because they can't go to the right, so that's why I was bringing my own character over there. However, I don't have anyone quite as tanky on this side.
Don't bother.
So we'll have to be wary about this. Stuff yourself in there. That's fine. What's her range? Basic caster range. And I can reach this guy, which is perfect.
It's over.
And now he's
This
several
could turn the
levels of dead.
tides.
It's good.
Never doubted you.
A rusted bow. What about you? You're gonna do damage to me. That damage is abysmal. I mean, it's better than nothing, but...
In the name of justice.
Oh man, a crit, let's go. Boom. Should have broken the barrier too. Oh no, I just cracked it, never mind. I could break it. Wait. Let's see, Dimitri, finish off this dude for me. Should be able to do it without any risk of danger. I didn't quite need that much, but that works just as well.
Only the...
He's so strong. Okay. Now here's the thing. You're gonna do big AoE. I would prefer if you didn't do big AoE. But I don't think there's a way for me to stop you from doing said big AoE. We can stun him, but that won't stop it because it's not the red stun. But that would allow us damage. This is a risky positioning here. Let's hit the back tile. Yeah, let's hit the back tile. There's a thought process here. I don't know that it's necessarily the best thought process, because if I do that, we're gonna make a lot of friends. Some of which are dangerous, but this is my thought process. Hit the back tile, hit it with a gambit, it causes it to break without a counter.
Let's turn the tables.
So we keep our stun. Also attracted the attention of this foe. Unfortunately, it's not possible to kill this dude. So we'll just leave. Smile. And I don't think it's possible for him to actually do his special now. At least in the manner that he wants to. She could break the tile, but it doesn't kill unless she does Thorin. Which Thorin won't reach over there, so Thorin only reaches here. Which does kill the tile, mind you. Or not kill the tile, kill the health bar. And Annette will get countered here for unspeakable quantities of health. Unless we Abraxas. That's worth it, right? Yeah.
Can't afford to lose.
This is a rough mission, and this is just on normal difficulty.
I'll protect every.
Doing this on Nightmare is gonna be a little rough. Rather the mage hit her. So we have the archer change targets here. Can't hit the archer, but we can hit the caster maybe. There we go.
I'll be home again soon.
I believe in you, Bernie. We're getting there. We're almost there. So that leaves the archer on Annie. She will live. I will live. You can't do anything. She's fine. We're getting there. It's a slow crawl, but I'm very confused about this thief that fucking showed up. That was a mistake. Kingdom soldier shouldn't have done that.
I don't regret this power.
Second hit, yeah. I figured it would, but she's fine either way. Ow. I'm very curious what allowed that other Titan to actually do damage to Gilbert. Slightly concerning. Okay. So I gotta be aware that she is a caster and she will now be in play if we get over here. I can move you up there. It's gonna look a little janky for now, but we need to have an attempt at a front line here. Actually, no. If you go here and attack, preferably with something that isn't Abraxas or the Crusher, thank you. She can go there and attack. She will get countered because it's an archer at point blank.
I expect no less.
And then you can move a singular title and heal.
Wow, thanks.
Keep her healthy. You're attacking him. You're charging up your laser. There's 0 chance we can kill him in time. What are you doing? Her. What's your range? Easy clap. But what are we doing here? Your gambit doesn't help us here. Yours will. And scoot you up here in gambit.
I'll help.
He's acquired attention of one of the titans, but can you stop guarding against everything? Look at his fucking health, man. Oh, I'm still trying to move. I was like, why is it not showing me attack? What it was. So that's broken. We can get an easy shot with Ash here to finish it, but that's a lot of wasted damage. Anything I do here is going to be a lot of wasted damage. I think Ash is the least damage, so we'll have him break this other time.
I've got you!
Like a so. Which of you has more defense? 28? It's you.
Here is something to believe in!
Here is something to believe in, apparently. He's not stunned anymore, but that's why we had the higher defense. You won't kill unless you use Lance of Ruin, so guess what you're doing?
Is that it?
Easy peasy. We could have technically rushed down the boss. Can I protect myself? Oh, really? No. Fortunately. That's everyone that's gonna move. He's gonna attack me, you're gonna attack him, you're gonna stand there and look like sort of pretty, I guess. Where's Flame at? How you doing, Flame? She's basically just wandering around the city, going on like a tour. A tour of the kingdom capital. You changed your target because he moved. It's fine, but still. Alright. We're going to employ the capabilities of Meteor to hit both of the golems. We can actually hit all 3 of them. There you go. Not that I think it'll do very much, but still. 2 damage. High value. I don't know which of these tiles to break. The one with the higher chance, I guess? Or hit, not break. Wound. We're going to want stuns before we start getting mages and stuff in here. What is Hunter's value? Strikes twice. Pretty good. We're gonna want some stuns though, so in order to get the stun on the one I want, we have to Deadeye. Which I don't like doing because it takes 5 durability, but there we go. So now you are open to a mage attack.
I'm your girl.
Preferably without opening myself up to a mage attack. See, she has to hit something though. I hate that this thing has physical and magical block. I wish it would stop. Okay. Well, I've decided against that turn. So we're gonna go back to that turn instead. As it turns out, she has 40 magic, and I didn't realize. As it turns out, she's capable of killing mages with magic, so I'm scared of her now. Because of their positioning, it might not be possible to...
What's my strategy?
...actually do much of anything here. I want to kill these for the XP. Of course you guarded
Watch
it.
and learn.
Fucking asshole. Why wouldn't you guard it? Damn.
Guide me well.
In order to kill these two, the way I want to, we'd have to do it so quickly that I don't think it's feasible.
Ready when you are.
I don't know who they're attacking.
My orders? Leave it to me.
I'm your girl.
At your service.
So we're gonna move people up so that they're ready to go.
What's the plan?
But I think that's all we're gonna do.
Onward.
Get Flane some XP while she goes on a tour. Oh, she heals. Good. Ow. That nearly killed Ash, actually. Oh, painful. Plus that debuff. What is that debuff? Lowers speed. Okay. And of course they've done that, so they've gained access to their shit again, as is tradition. Good job, Flame. You've done it. Now we can mass heal. But let's think here. Because we're playing with fire out here. Trying to get these kills. We could pop this, probably takes the health bar off of both of them.
You have my support.
This is our chance.
Of course you guarded. Not that it technically matters, but of course you guarded. Oh right, it can't take a health bar off because of the AoE damage. I would like to attempt to do this without killing her for one, but also without healing.
We're at your side.
So we're playing a bit of a dangerous game here. $41, yay! She's almost dead now. Gotta be careful.
Not finished yet.
This is a weird position for him to be in, but it allows me to target that square, which will break it. Now, I'm not gonna do any damage, but it will break it. We can have you take a pot shot at this one. Takes the health bar off. This mission's gonna be fun on Mayhem. Whatever it's actually called, I don't remember. And you can finish it off with 0 risk to yourself, which is pretty good. Okay. You can walk up here and stun it again. Not with the Lance of Ruin, please. Thank you. And you take a health bar off, actually. Oh, there goes the Lance. It would be very good if... I didn't take the health bar off because of that.
I have faith.
Very good if we could break this, because it'll give us the item as well. Let's do this.
Can't let you go it alone. Behold our strategy.
The whole team's here, let's go. It should break both, right? Yeah. Okay. And the final health bar?
More fighting.
Dorothea? I don't think
I'll do
Bernie's
this
gonna
for
do
all
any
of
damage
us.
to it. She actually does. Not enough to kill it, but she can get some XP out of this. Oh, never mind, she can just kill it.
Pretty good, huh?
Now the downside to have done this is Dimitri will not target me, or Dimitri will not target Cornelia, which I would love to see the dialogue for that, but I had to use their turn. So instead we're going to use good old Gilbert here. See what he's got. Oof. If he misses, he's just going to die. Spike? We should spike it. Extra hit chance.
Ah, your face brings back memories. Still alive, are we, Gustav?
It plays such ominous
Rattle
music.
on, Cornelia. Fargus will not be cowed by the likes of you.
How very dull.
How very dead you're about to be.
So this is as far as
She's
I can
got big
get.
bops.
Age takes its toll.
Well, so be it. Still, I'll give you a little gift.
I don't like gifts, no?
It's over, Cornelia. If you have any last words, now is the time.
Right you are. Very well. I have an old tale that I would like you
Just
to
stab
hear,
her.
if I may.
Just stab her.
About something that happened 10 years ago. Something Patricia said about how she wished to see her real daughter again, no matter who or what she had to sacrifice to do so. And about how I made her wish come true, at the cost of the king's head.
The king's head? You mean Dusker? You monster! You mean to say that my father, everyone, was killed by my stepmother?
That's right. Her family meant everything to her. You certainly know that feeling, do you not? Oh, poor little prince. Unloved by the only mother he ever knew. How pitiful.
How dare you!
There's nothing left for you now. Nothing but despair.
Me too, Gilbert. Me too. That went relatively well though, except for me miscalculating and not realizing that guy had the brave weapon, which means he was gonna slap the shit out of me. It was a bit of a miscalculation on my part, because I forgot about that. But we got the capital back. We'll see if Dimitri holds himself together or he falls back down that
Try
line.
as that woman might to spout nonsense to her very last, nothing could change the fact that she was an enemy of the kingdom. She sold out Fargus to the Empire, forcing our people to suffer their tyranny. But all that ends today. No more blood will be needlessly spilled.
Seems good so far.
Come, Your Highness. You still have some responsibilities that must be carried out. Your people have been patiently awaiting your return.
Do you mean... No. I can't bear to face them after all that I Professor. Right you are, as ever. I am their king, after all. What is this?
As you can see, the people are rejoicing at the return of their king.
Even though I turned my back on them and fled the kingdom in disgrace.
Even so, the spectacle before you does not lie. We are a kingdom in need of a king, a hero to save the people from their long oppression. Your Highness, it is truly a blessing that you have returned.
Do I really have the right to stand here? Will they accept me as their king? Bloodstained as I am I fit to be king?
It's a happy time. I'm gonna go with the first option. Although I do like the second one. We're gonna go with the first one.
Yes. You are right again, my friend. I am finally home again. Fargus, how I missed you. It may be spring, but the nights are quite chilly here in Ferdiad. Still, our celebratory feast shows no sign of stopping. Have you grown weary of the festivities? It's not that I have grown weary, more that I find it difficult to be around everyone at the moment. I have just returned from visiting the graves of my loved ones. It had been a long while since I left Flowers. I was always terribly afraid of going near there, but I could not stay away forever. You have taught me something important, Professor.
Humor? None of these options are correct, but I'm going to go with humor, as I am a humorous person.
You never
See?
let up,
You
do
laugh.
you? No, what I'm referring to is far more valuable. How should I put this? Perhaps it is most accurate to say that you taught me how to live. If you and I had not reunited on that fateful day, I am certain I would have died a fruitless death on the battlefield. I would have foolishly challenged a horde of foes, and in doing so, needlessly sacrificed the lives of my friends and myself. But now I have returned to my rightful place. I struggle with what to say when I know well that words are not enough to express my gratitude. You saved me from the darkness and guided me back to the light. Thank you, Professor. With all that I am, I thank you. That is a hard question to answer. I still do not believe I deserve happiness. These hands of mine have taken so many lives. Nobles and commoners, adults and children. Perhaps a day will come when I have finally atoned for my sins. But such a day is not possible until after the war is over. But I digress. For tonight, our only focus should be to bask in our victory. After that, we must prepare for our battle with the Empire. To start, we must absorb the Kingdom Knights taken by the Dukedom into our own forces and reshuffle our troops. The Lords will need to help purge our territory of Imperial forces, and I will use my authority as king to gather forces from various regions. And we'll have to ask the merchants to lend us the funds we require. Oh, and we must request delivery of supplies at once.
A busy man? Good luck with that. Well, that sounds like a lot of work.
Just thinking about it all makes my head spin.
Welcome to being a king, I suppose.
There is much to do, but it is all critical work if we hope to stand a chance against the Empire. Yes, I am well aware. I believe we have spoken of this before. Everyone has something they simply cannot accept. As for Edelgard, I am certain she will never be able to accept the Church of Seros. I believe that is why she seeks to destroy it. She is looking to revolutionize the world, in her mind, for the better. But even if she manages to birth a new world, it would be at the cost of... I wish to end this war through acceptance, not annihilation. Just as my people accepted me, I wish dearly to accept her. But I fear...
Your Highness, I finally found you.
I'm sorry for slipping away. Has something happened?
An express messenger just arrived from the leader of the Alliance. Please, return to the castle at once.
An express messenger? What in the world could Claude be after? I am on my way. Professor, please join me.
An alliance, probably. Unfortunately, we were forced, I didn't want to, we were forced to kill people from them. But it's almost undoubtedly an alliance, so...
Part 2. Azure Moon. Garland Moon. The Golden Deer's Plea. The Kingdom Army has reclaimed the Kingdom capital and plans to immediately begin restoring the country and its forces. But an unexpected request arrives from Claude, leader of the Leicester Alliance. Dimitri promptly responds to the request for aid, and he rushes to prepare the kingdom's forces.
This is so brief. I'm gonna say it every time, but I feel like they could put more into that. Although, having said that, I don't know what, so maybe they can't. Once all this dialogue's done and we get to the weekend there, we'll save. That'll be the end of the video. This one's also long, so I end up having to split it.
We have received a request for aid from the Alliance. They are being invaded by the Empire. We have only just taken back Ferdiad, and yet I am already asking all of you to move out once more. Please accept my apologies for that.
That's no problem at all. More importantly, how is the Alliance faring?
House Regan has rallied the Alliance Lords. They are facing the enemy with all the strength they can muster. But we do not know how far that will get them. It seems the enemy's relentless attacks have forced them into a tough situation. Their defeat at Gronder severely weakened the Alliance. I imagine the Empire now intends to destroy them before they can recover.
To think they'd watch us chase their soldiers out of the Kingdom capital, then immediately go invade the Alliance. Their general is Lord Volkard von Arundel. He serves as regent to the Emperor. He has presumably taken command after the Emperor was wounded in Gronder.
He is known for his shrewdness and excels not only in domestic affairs, but tactics as well. He is not an opponent we should take lightly. Lord Arundel.
A familiar name.
I always suspected that Lord Arundel was behind the tragedy 9 years ago. The timing of his departure from the kingdom, the fact that he abruptly stopped making donations. Too many factors made him suspect. If Lord Arundel conspired with Cornelia, then what Kronya and the others said 5 years ago? Well, never mind that for now. The Alliance needs our help. What are your thoughts?
If we turn our back on the Alliance, and then Deirdre falls, it will undoubtedly make our situation difficult further down the road. We would have enemies in two directions, in the Alliance to the northeast, and in the Empire to the south.
That is true. In that scenario, we would not be able to safely march our soldiers to Enbar.
I am terribly worried about Lady Rhea, but I believe we must save the Alliance first. Oh, maybe if we do this, the Alliance will help us out in return. We could ask them to help us attack the Empire. You know, a sneak attack or something.
Annie, when did you become so devious?
What would your mother think?
What? It wasn't that devious.
What do you think, Professor?
Obviously we help them. I support whatever Dimitri decides. I believe we should march for them, but I support Dimitri.
We must go to Deirdre. I will admit that there is something to be gained for us as well, for when we eventually march south. But far more importantly, they need us. We cannot turn our backs on them. We will arrange to head out at once. Prepare yourselves, everyone.
To war again. I mean, technically we never stopped being at war, but to war. Also, we have a paralog battle. It's Sylvain's birthday. Have some flowers,
so much.
bro. This is obviously a free explore weekend. Next weekend's a battle, and then I don't know. It's a battle mostly because of the paralog, but regardless, that's for next time. There's a support. It's a few supports. We're not gonna watch those, in case we get some more. It's also already a long enough video, but that's for next time, so thanks for watching. Don't know how far in we are. What chapter are we on? 19. We gotta be getting close to the end. We're running out of things to do here. Either way, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.